Your country needs you to fight, to risk your life on the front lines trying to kill somebody who's just like you, but not like you. Different people, bad people, fascists, foreigners. It's 100 years since a few brave individuals, for a few fleeting moments, stepped into the truth that these battles are never about the differences between us, they are about the differences between our leaders. 100 years, and what have we learned in 100 years? In some ways, a lot. Votes for women, the Windrush, several series of goodness gracious me. In some ways, nothing. How can we be fighting against fascism on the front lines when it's growing behind the trenches in our own ranks, when it flourishes on the media, in political rhetoric, when it hogs the seats on Question Time? We're 100 years since the Christmas Day armistice, and this year we elected our first UKIP MP. Douglas Carswell is the son of William Carswell. William Carswell was the man on whom the film The Last King of Scotland was based. And I personally will watch any film that contains both a half-naked James McAvoy and a highly realistic storyline on abortion. So I know a great deal about William Carswell. I know that he blindly insisted on hanging around with a vicious and ruthless dictator simply on the grounds that he seemed like a nice bloke. You might think that I'm comparing Nigel Farage to Idi Amin. That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? How could I compare Nigel Farage to someone whose main political objective was to get all the Muslims out of the country, inadvertently causing the complete economic and social destabilisation of the complete region? But more has changed than that. This week, for the first time, we heard that women will be allowed to fight in our armed forces on the front line. There we go, 100 years of progress. And we've gone from asking half our population to give up their lives at the whim of the industrial military complex to a world where we ask the whole population to give up their lives at the whim of the industrial military complex. Isn't it interesting, though? I believe in job equality. Unless it's Y-fronts models, every job should be open to whoever wants to do it, of course. But isn't it interesting that the last ones to catch up are always the ones with the most outdated ideals at their very root? It's these guys and the Church of England bishops, isn't it? Now women can finally be Church of England bishops, but guess what? There's still no God. We don't need women bishops, and we don't need bishops. We don't need women on the front lines because we don't need people on the front lines. We need proper change at the top, right at the top. What we need to change is the pale, male, stale, eaten, educated, able-bodied, cisgendered, middle-class, moneyed, champagne quaffing, whatever they're called, Burlington Club? No, Bollington Club. Bullingdon Club. Oxbridge-educated, PPE studying, same boring group of individuals running our countries, people who don't think with their minds, because nobody who thinks with their minds would ever start a war. Wars are not started with minds, they're started with dicks. So I am here to ask you to get away from dick thinking. I am here to ask you to get in touch with your vagina. Men, grow one. Get used to it, enjoy it, get aroused, get a wide on. Because there will be no need to fight for no man's land when the whole world belongs to all men and to all women. Or to put it more succinctly, your cunt needs you.